Okay. Right, we are on the other side of a lot of marking. I wanted to cry yesterday. I did like 8 hours of marking. It's no joke being an English teacher. Okay, so we're going to finish the weekly love readings. I need to do Libra all the way through to Pisces. I was just finishing uploading the readings from last week before I finished these lives. Okay, so we're starting off with Libra. Yeah, I marked till like 1 in the morning last night. Imagine that on a Saturday night. And then I like tried to stay awake for half an hour and then I fell asleep and woke up at midday. So I was like already behind today. Normally I would have done the readings then. But I needed to do the marking as priority this afternoon and get outside. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Libra's highest good. How is Libra feeling in this first week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? Hi, welcome in. 3 cards for Libra. Well, these are weekly love readings. So you need to watch your sign. Okay, so this is the sign of Libra. We've got the 10 of Cups reversed. So there could be like disharmony or disunity. What do I want to say? Disunity. Is that a word? Within the home. Hi, welcome into the chat. Because if this was upright, everyone in the family would be happy. All of the cups would be full. You can see the 2 swans are totally in love and the cygnets are swimming around the bottom here. But it's reversed, so there's trouble. Trouble in paradise, as they say. I'm doing readings for each sign. I'm not doing individual questions. We're on the sign of Libra. Yeah, so look, the 2 of Cups is reversed, so it's not trouble with the children, it's trouble with the adults in the house, okay? Because the 2 of Cups, when it's upright, is each person feeling the same. Each person's offering a cup of love, okay, in a relationship, but this is reversed, so one person loves, but the other one doesn't. The 2 of Swords reversed and the 9 of Wands reversed. Now we're dropping the burdens, okay? So we've realised that the other person doesn't feel the same and we no longer want to bury our head in the sand. We're just going to deal with it, okay? It's the opposite of being the wounded warrior. We're refusing to fight the good fight. We're giving up. Okay, so who's the person that's showing up in your reading? It looks like it's your spouse. Let's see how they're feeling about everything. Spouse or ex-spouse. You know, you could be a family that are not cohabiting anymore and it's acrimonious because one person's still in love and the other isn't. The Nine of Swords reverse. So I'm pulling from one deck. We can't get the same cards twice, but this is very much like this card. If you look at it, that's the Nine of Wands, that's the Nine of Swords. So both of you are refusing to worry about this anymore. But your timeline is a bit later on than theirs. Like, they've released the anxiety surrounding this a little bit sooner. The Devil reversed. They could be a Capricorn. This is the major arcana for Capricorn, but it also represents toxicity, codependency. They're no longer codependent, okay? They've been released from that that tie that they were once under. This person could be evolving. They could be starting to become more independent. The Four of Wands reversed. Okay, so again, it's an energy where you're mirroring one another. Disharmony, disunion within the household. Four is a number of stability. Four of Wands is the 1111 card. It's four walls to a house, four legs to a chair. It's a very, very stable card, but that's reversed. Okay, so there's instability when it comes to the home. Let's get 3 for the outcome. What will be the outcome? The Three of Cups reversed and the Knight of Cups upright. Well, 3 is a number of community. Okay, it can be celebrations, but it can also be third party dynamics. So a third person could be in the picture if one of you is dating again. That's reversed, so there could be interference when it comes to dating again, or that could have been exposed. If they've tried to mess about with someone new that you're involved with, they may apologise, okay? Or there could be a prioritising of a new love. Let's get 2 more for the outcome. The Four of Swords and a new moon reversed. The Four of Swords is taking a much needed rest. Okay, there's been like a lot of challenges, there's been a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, and when you lay down your swords, you are declaring, you know, like a timeout or a break or a truce, or, you know, taking a period of rest before the next battle kind of thing. The new moon when that's upright, it's like the start of a new phase, the start of a new cycle. However, that's reversed. So I feel like before starting a new chapter in your lives, you're exhausted and you're choosing to take a breather. Maybe if there's been a lot of arguments or secrets or dealing with responsibilities regarding untying assets, uncoupling, in a practical sense, you might be taking a breather, taking a little rest from that before going into a new chapter, like clean slate. We've got the High Priestess upright and the Eight of Cups reversed. Oh, for goodness sake. This is a holding on energy. I didn't want to say that because we had the new moon reversed, but the Eight of Cups is walking away. It's giving up on a relationship or choosing not to be in something anymore. Okay, that's reversed. Oh, the High Priestess is following your intuition. It's Pisces moon, like fear, like someone who's really stubborn, like when it comes to letting go. So you'll know, whether that's you or them. They're really, really stubborn. I'm not answering individual questions. I haven't got time. I've got to do all 6 signs. If you watch your sign, then it may resonate. Okay, that's what service I'm providing. I'm not answering anyone's individual questions tonight because I've never done that. But I would only do that once I'm able to accept super chats, which gives me some kind of payment for me working for you. Otherwise, I'm just working for free. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just being honest with you. Like, it's not really nice to ask someone to work for free. I don't get any payment from this channel. There's a lot more watch hours to get. I'm on like 1,000 and some, like 1,100 watch hours, and I need to get to 3,000 watch hours before I can take super chats. So it's not going to be for maybe like another 6 months or something. It's going to be like quite a while. So you'll have to ask another reader if they do free readings. I don't, and I won't be doing free readings. You're very welcome to have a to have a paid individual reading, but you need to pay £18 for 20 minutes. There's details in the description for my channel if you do want a personal reading. I buy personal readings from other readers. I find them really useful, to be honest, than just asking kind of a one-off question. Okay. What's the nature of this connection? Although I do think it's an ex-spouse or ex-living partner. Reaching your goal. Everything you want from this connection will manifest in the near future. So if you're looking for hi, I'm on the sign of Libra. Okay, I put the cards here. If you're looking to find like a situation where you can get along with this person in a way that's platonic and it doesn't deteriorate when you're around each other, you are getting closer to that. Progress is being made, and you can see that from the cards that we've got. They're just finding it difficult to detach themselves. Some people never manage it, but Spirit is letting you know that they are getting further down the path towards independence, okay? What has gone on in their past? Like, why are they so codependent? Although everyone, you know, everyone's a little bit like that, but vicious circle, pattern of relationship issues and bad habits, and no-win situation. Okay, so it's like, it's not about you so much, like they would always be like this. Doesn't matter, like, whether it's you or someone else that they married, they would always be clingy, they would always be codependent, they would always find it difficult to detach. They could have, you know, fixed placements in their chart, like, that makes them like that. Or they could be someone very traditional, or someone that just believes that you don't divorce. But it's not anything you've done wrong, it's who they are. Secret desires, unspoken needs can plunge you into deep confusion. They don't articulate themselves, they don't enjoy talking about how they're feeling. They're not someone with a lot of water placements, so they're not comfortable articulating how they're feeling, they keep it all inside. Betrayal, deceit, backstabbing, traitors unworthy of trust. Well, I wasn't expecting that. I think it's a fearful person. I think they're very fearful. You see the mouse in the doorway. That's why they're not excited to start a new cycle with someone new, because they don't trust people. They feel, you know, like a victim mentality. Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. Well, we did have a Three of Cups. This person expects people to cheat on them. They have like a very low self-esteem, I think. That could have happened before they met you. Okay, so if Libra wants to meet someone new, when is that going to happen? When will Libra meet someone else, someone new? It's not the right time yet, okay? So you can't, if you have already started dealing with someone new and dating someone new, it's not the right time to go exclusive, okay? Because this person would cause havoc, I think. They're getting there slowly and surely, but I wouldn't do it now. Okay, let's get you some advice. I'm not going to get messages from them because I doubt you want to hear it. Love your dark side, okay? So if you feel guilty at times for breaking up this family dynamic, please don't. It's what would have happened anyway. Curiosity, okay? You're allowed to be curious about other people, other places, other things. What are you waiting for? being yourself is sacred. So if this is what you need to do to live authentically and be, you know, honest about how you're actually feeling, and you know, that's just being real, isn't it? It's you can't lie about how you're feeling. Well, people do, but they're not very happy when they live a lie. So just remember that this is like, you know, how to be real. Release any, you know, negative feeling about what's happened. You're always shifting and changing, and so is the other person. They seem like they're not, but they are. Okay, they're gonna have to. It might be that your ascension's happening more quickly than theirs, but that's their story and this is your story. Okay, you can't apologize for it. You got a lot of advice cards there. Nurture. It's okay to want to stay home and be alone. I deserve days to myself, days to relax and simply be. I honour how I feel and take this day to do the things that feel nurturing to me. You could feel like pretty good most of the time, and then certain days, anniversaries, birthdays, it's like springtime, isn't it? So there's a lot of birthdays this time of year. You might just go over it all again, or, you know, get pangs of guilt or whatever, but you know, you're allowed to have down days, Libra. Like, you are the social butterfly and you are confident and outgoing and creative. You are attractive, you know, but some days you're not going to feel in that vibe, and that's okay. You're a sign that strives to be balanced and find balance, so you have to listen to how your internal compass is and respond to that, okay? Sometimes, like I did today, when I go for a walk and I'm not listening to music or anything, I reflect a lot on the past, and I think, oh my God, I've actually experienced so much. It's amazing that I'm still, you know, here, and I'm like managing to have like days and weeks and months where I'm really enjoying myself, and I'm not all the time, but oh my God, like I've been through a lot. Do you know what I mean? Cosmic flow. Align with the cosmos's rhythm to experience harmony and natural flow. Okay, so you might need to do some like meditation. Release the past. Oh my God, this is everything we've been talking about. Release past wounds to embrace new beginnings. Release, let go, and move forwards. Hi. We just finished in Libra. I'm gonna get an angel number for Libra and then a crystal. Zero 404, slow down. Balance, power struggle, force, violence, hope, authority, ancestors. Restlessness, low vibrations, and warning. Pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out, it's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep some healthy boundaries. If you find yourself getting very stressed or dealing with things in a, you know, maybe like picking up some bad habits, you could be more stressed than what you're realizing. And maybe feel that way because you don't have strong enough boundaries with this other person. Okay, so you may need to do some like chalking out of like where the line is and making that clear to them. 0707, compromise, self-awareness, forgiveness, professionalism, empathy, tenacity, and freedom. Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges. Express your emotions and aim towards a compromise. Where there's a lack of understanding, it's best just to move on. The truth will set you free. Okay, so you can't always, sometimes you can talk to you blue in the face and the other person isn't going to hear you. They're just not going to. They're not in a space to be open to what you're saying, or they're just coming from a totally different background to you, or a totally different, mentality, and you can't win by talking it through or analysing it or explaining it. You've just got to find ways to accept that they're unhealed, okay, and they're allowed to be at this point in their journey. 1818 willpower. Achievements, success, striving forward, prosperity, go-getters, courage, and luck. Wow, significant events are on the cards for you. You will progress in your endeavours and gain new experiences. The right people and resources will be put on your path. An excellent proposal or change is coming up. You're destined for greatness. Okay, I'll just get you a crystal, Libra, and then we'll move on to Scorpio. May, it's going to be like about another half an hour until I get on to Sagittarius, just in case you want to go off and come back on. But I don't mind at all if you want to hang around. I do about 30 minutes for each reading. I'm just getting to the end of Libra, so it'll be Scorpio next and then Sagittarius. Sapphire, okay, so for the heart chakra, healing, okay, so everything that it said about letting go of the past, letting go of grudges, resentments, acceptance. Let's have a look and see where Sapphire is. We've definitely got it. There it is. That was lucky. I took half the cards and it was in this half. Now, the font is really, really small on here, so bear with me. Often blue, but sometimes pink or yellow. Sapphire, like ruby, is a variety of the mineral corundum. With its peacemaking force field, that's perfect, isn't it? Of sparkle energy, sapphire protects the vulnerable and squishy stuff inside from judgmental people and their unsolicited BS. Where to put it? On your right middle finger, the finger of Saturn, Sapphire's associated planet. Who needs it? Students of ancient wisdom. Where to use it? When to use it. When resentments are doing more damage to you than to those you're holding them against, enlist Sapphire to call forth that old soul that resides within, the wisest part of you who couldn't possibly care less about what anybody else thinks. Find your tranquil place. Okay, judgmental people, move out the way, because Libra's coming through. I'm Libra moon. I worry about what people think of me. I'm like too much of a people pleaser, I think. I don't like confrontation. I don't like drama. It's not good to people please, though. You can overextend yourself or resent others because you're not really expressing yourself the way that you need to or drawing enough boundaries. Okay, we are going on to Scorpio. I want to see my pyramids, thank you very much. There we go. Okay, let's have a shuffle. Hi, Anne. I'm just starting Scorpio. Just finished Libra. I'm spending about half an hour on each sign, so you'll know when you need to come in. Hi, Kathy. So if you look at the last live, I did that yesterday morning. So Taurus, Aries up to Virgo on the last live, if you look at my lives playlist. Oh no, just lost a nail. This is why we keep the glue on the desk where we do the tarot. They'll be flying off around the classroom tomorrow anyway. Every time I pick up a stack of books, it pings them off. I try to be glamorous. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Scorpio's highest good. How is Scorpio feeling in this first week of June 2025 with regards to when they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Scorpio, please. Oh, something's got mixed in there, hasn't it? That's not meant to be there. The Devil reversed. Okay, so getting free from a toxic person, a toxic habit. I was thinking of behavior and habit. Yeah, so when the Devil card is upright, it's a major arcana for Capricorn, but that shows like codependency or obsessive thoughts, weird behaviors, you know, unhealthy habits. This is getting free from that. So you've released some sort of codependency or toxic behavior. Say like if you can't stop resenting someone or having a grudge against someone, or, you know, you're just overthinking. Whatever you're doing, you're on the right track because you've got free of it. You could have started like more walking or watching what you eat or watching what you drink. Something like that. Better self-talk, you know. Queen of Cups reversed. Interesting. So the Queen of Cups, when she's upright, is a very caring, compassionate person. When the Queen of Cups is reversed, it can be one of two things. It's an extreme, okay? So it could be that we're over emotional, or it could be the opposite, and it could be that we're under emotional. Look at all this water. You know, the Queen of Cups is an empath. She's calm, she's forgiving, she's a nurturer, she's very in touch with emotions. But she's reversed, so she's either over emotional or under emotional. And that's following release from, you know, some sort of toxic person or toxic behavior. I mean, sometimes when you properly let go of someone, you know, you can be over emotional, can't you? It's like an exorcism. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's get another card and see what it all means. The Ace of Wands is reversed. Now, the Ace of Wands, if it was upright, would be excitement at a new beginning. This is phallic. It's very sexual. It's passion, enthusiasm, excitement. You know, absolute like ambition, excited for a new start. Aces are like the number one, and when that's reversed, you know, I do think that you're struggling actually. I think although you've detached from someone toxic, I don't think it's easy. Nobody said that would be easy. You're allowed to be sad, and you're allowed to not be ready for a new chapter. So let's see about the one that's on your mind. How are they feeling? The Page of Pentacles, they want to reach out. They want to contact you and give you time, money, or energy. Oh dear. It's very hard actually. I've got direct experience of that on a few occasions where you know that you need to just stop contacting someone and not reply to their messages, or, you know, or block them. That's really hard. Because it would be easier to just keep doing it, wouldn't it? It would be more fun, but you might get hurt more. Oh. Right, how else is this person feeling? They want to reach out. Oh my God, we've got the King and the Queen of Cups in exactly the same position on the timeline. The King is upright. The King is feeling balanced. The King wants to reach out. Oh my God, I'm so like surprised whenever that happens, because it doesn't happen a lot. You literally suit one another. You're matching suits, you know, like the way you have in a deck of cards, like poker, you know, like you have like hearts, spades, clubs, diamonds. That's how it works with tarot. With tarot, you have cups, swords, pentacles, and wands. So these people literally like suit each other. They're of the matching suit. King and Queen of Cups. Isn't that weird, the way it looks like he's looking at you and you're looking away? This doesn't dictate whether it's a male or a female. It's that feminine energy and masculine energy. So this is someone that's in control. They are in pursuit. They're action orientated, logical. This is someone who is emotional, passive. They would be waiting for the other person to act. You know, like if you think traditionally in love, very traditionally, you know, the male would chase the female. So when a woman is in the masculine energy, it may be that she's had to step up, or she's just a very alpha kind of female that likes to go for what she wants. we all have masculine and feminine energy. We just lean into one at any one time, and it chops and changes. So, like, if you had a male that was the head of the household, but then he became very ill, he would go into his feminine energy and be more submissive, you know, more emotional. The woman would step up, and, you know, I know it sounds really traditional, but you need these energies to complement one another. If you have masculine and masculine, you're both trying to rule the roost, and it's a lot of clashing, you know. So one of you has to submit for it to be like yin and yang. It's not sexist. It's how two energies share a living space. You can't always both be in control. And if both of you are in your feminine energy, there'd be nothing productive happening. It would be like too soft an energy on both sides. So things could fall apart quite quickly like that as well. Now we've got a King of Wands for that person, because this is still their cards now. Seven of Swords reversed. Oh my God. I'm saying that because the Seven of Swords represents lying, cheating, stealing. And it's reversed, so it's being exposed. And a King of Wands is very confident, very good looking, very action orientated. With the Wands, it's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, very, very like seductive, very charming, life and soul of the party. That's like, I wonder if they cheated, or they were being too flirty, or they kept secrets. It doesn't have to be that they slept with someone else. It could be that, you know, they messaged someone back when they should have just ignored it, or they spent money behind your back, you know, from the joint account. It is something like some kind of deception, some sort of lie, or they got, you know, like people got like laid off and then they don't tell their partner because they're embarrassed or whatever. It's some sort of deception, lying, cheating, or stealing. But in a love reading, you know, most people go, oh, it's cheated, but it doesn't necessarily. Nine of Swords reversed is dropping the burdens of worry, fear. We're letting go of worry and fear. Last quarter moon reversed. Okay, so last quarter moon upright is realising that a cycle is coming to an end. This person doesn't want to realise that. Okay, so now I'm understanding why this character's looking across at this one and now looking away. Because this person wants to reunite. Well, they've got secrets, some sort of secrets being exposed, and no wonder, Scorpio, you are not wanting to listen, not wanting to have another go around, because they're being like a page offering like a new start. And you're like, I don't want a new start, I don't want to do the cycle again. It's quite clear this time. You don't want no one, basically. Three of Wands taking action. Bloody hell. They're doing it anyway. Right, in the challenge position, we've got the Strength card, major for Leo. They could be a Leo, they don't have to be. But there is a King of Wands energy, and that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's a lot of Wands here. Fire energy. There's a need to be emotionally strong. Oh my God, did you see the way that like did somersaults? It's like it was arguing with me. An urgent message is to be delivered in the outcome. If you don't want to hear from them, you're gonna have to block them, and you're gonna have to be an adult and talk to them and be like, look, it's done. I can't pretend like that this didn't happen, that there wasn't an indiscretion, that you're not, you know, like listening to what I'm saying, that you're not honouring like my part in our finances, or you're not honouring my part in our decisions as a, you know, we are partners, we are not, you know, a child and a parent. So whatever it is that they lied about or did behind your back, I think you don't want to know anymore, honestly. But I'm not getting like endings, it's just that you're not excited for a new beginning and you're very emotional at the moment. So that card about being free from the devil, like there could be, well, let's dig deeper, but maybe they've got a narcissistic kind of vibe where they want to be in control all the time. Why has this person got the Seven of Swords? Ooh, gold digger. In it for what they can get, money hungry, self-serving. This person is being too controlling over finances, and they're having too much of a say over what you do with yours. You know that Aries, Leo and Sagittarius are very much about status. Fire signs are very egotistical. They're very much like concerned with what assets you've got, ambition, you know, things have to be done by a certain year, by a certain date. And if they're not, you know, they're going on about it. Wild at heart, a desire for freedom leads to running away again. Ooh, they might run from one person to the next because they're just like, oh, everything's your fault. You know, you did this again. That's why I haven't achieved what I need to achieve. It's your fault. Okay, so it could be like someone who's seems loyal and then detaches a bit too easily. Oh, already knowing the tea. I got a bit distracted by the the man on the card. Sorry. Oh my god, it's embarrassing. Well, either they know what they're doing and they're very much ahead of their own game, or you're onto what they have been doing and you just don't want it anymore. Do you know what I mean? Someone knows the tea. You or them. What's the nature of this connection? Although I would say, what was the nature of this connection? Because I think it's done. Difficulties, jealousies from others may serve as obstacles to the success of this connection. You know, like sometimes people are for themselves, and when they're really into you at the beginning and they're trying to get your attention and get your exclusivity and your loyalty, and they're trying to impress you, it's all fun and games when it's like that. And it's nice when they're being loyalty, but people can be like pig-headed and like think they're better than what they are as well. When they're, I'm like sound like I'm bashing the fire signs, but I am a little bit, because I usually get Leos hunting me down. And they just are full of themselves, to be honest. So you could just be getting pushed around emotionally by, you know, by this person. Let's get messages from them. Might as well give them a voice, mightn't we? You matter. You would be surprised at how many times that comes out when I'm like getting the sense that I don't really like a person. Words do hurt. Ooh, they think you hurt them. Your family won't like me. Why? Because you're like, they're gonna find out that you haven't got a very good past. or, you know, you've got issues from like childhood trauma or something. I mean, that's not coming out so much, but why are they obsessed with money? They could have had quite an unstable childhood, because that makes people obsessed with, or someone's programming them to, hang on, let me pull from here. You get people that are not a narcissist, but they're being programmed by a narcissist, like their every move, you know, like someone's, like, it's like puppet strings, they're like operating them. Yeah, that's the word, they're operating them. I've had that before. Sometimes that person doesn't know any better, do you know what I mean? If it's a parent that's operating them, they just think that's what you do. Palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. This person, it seems like they're being way too pushy in terms of trying to get a certain level of achievement. And they're pushing you around too much. They're not thinking about your emotions. Let's get you some advice. They've had enough attention here. Celebrate the little things, okay? So I think get some space from this person and think about everything that you do like about yourself, everything you remember people saying that's brilliant about you. Because sometimes we're getting told really positive stuff by lots of people, but one person who we put a lot of importance on, who's up on a pedestal, can say things to us that makes us feel, you know, like it carries more weight than it should, because of who it is that's saying it. In a love connection, you tend to put that person and what they think of you in high regard. We can put people on like too high a pedestal. They might need knocking down, he or she. I respect everyone's individual decisions and way of life. We are each on our own unique journeys, and my way isn't the only way. My job is not to change others, but to simply love them. You can love people from a distance, you know, you can have unconditional love for someone. That's really the secret to letting go of grudges, is to just know that people are doing the best of what they can with the knowledge and experience that they have at the time. Their footprint for life, their blueprint for life has been different to yours. Every experience they've had has made them the person that they are. And every experience you've had growing up has made the person that you are. And sometimes we just can't, like correlate, we just can't, you know. Things click for people later on as well, like just because they haven't understood the lesson at the time doesn't mean they won't in 10 years time or 20 years time, or they might never get it. But it's not for you to like take the burden of that, do you know what I mean? Oh my god. What a mess. I don't want to show my feet because there might be freaks. There's been a few. That was the strength card, wasn't it, in the challenge? Inner voice. Listen to your inner voice for clear and authentic guidance. Okay, you got to trust your own judgment and not let... When someone's said certain things to you, there'll be like a particular thing that someone says from a person that you held in very high regard, like on the level of like family, but they were someone that you're in love with. When they judge us, it rings in our minds like it's over and over, and it's like an intrusive thought, and it takes years to get rid of that, you know, until they're very far away from you, and until you evolve, you kind of like hate that you keep thinking about it, but it'll eventually become like on the horizon, you know, far away. Inner harmony. Achieve inner harmony and stability to keep your spirit calm. You might need to meditate, be around people that are very positive, people that compliment you, make you feel good, you know, recognize your achievements. Relaxation and release. Relax and release to achieve a state of calm and soothing. Okay, so like lying on the beach in the sun, paddling in the water. Do things that you would do as a child, like lie down on the grass or roll down the side of a hill. Be like a child again, okay? Because children don't dwell on stuff, they don't ruminate on things, they let it go. Break through boundaries. Achieve personal growth by pushing beyond boundaries. Okay, so you may need to, whatever this person's issue with you was, there may be a tiny bit of truth in it. They've not presented it in the right way. But if it's like, oh, you don't earn enough money for like where we're at or whatever, you could go and you could like aim higher with like how much you earn, but you're doing it for you. They're not going to benefit from it. But sometimes people reflect their own insecurities onto us. But you can use it, you can transmute it and turn it into ambition. And you think, well, I'll benefit from my own like increase in salary, or you know, whatever it is that they've kind of like presented to you. And then it's not true anymore, is it? It might not be true at all, but usually people will pick the thing that you're most insecure about and they'll throw that at you and be like, have a bit of that. Because they know what your weakness is. They know the chink in your armour, okay, because you've made yourself vulnerable to them. Inner peace. Find and maintain inner peace to enjoy tranquility and stability. Cosmic wisdom. Gain deep insights and knowledge through cosmic wisdom. Release the past. Everyone's getting this, aren't they? Release past wounds to embrace new beginnings. It's time to like give this person some home truths. Like if they're very happy to run their mouth off about everything that's wrong with you, you might not want to do it because you're a king or a queen of cups, but maybe it's necessary. Maybe it's necessary to knock this person off their pedestal and throw some coconuts at them. Okay, hold up a mirror and tell this person who they are. That's my personal advice, because sometimes people get so comfortable like telling you this and that. They shouldn't be so comfortable to say it. They shouldn't be. Okay, so you've had advice. Let me get you. You're being encouraged to celebrate everything that you have achieved. And did I get you? Yeah. What was this one? Having unconditional love means you get to let go. You get to know that some people are just the way that they are. They're a victim of their own circumstances. They're a product of their upbringing, and you can leave them behind, and they've got to still be them. Do you know what I mean? They still have to be them. They can't like run away from themselves. They can try, but they've still got their like whoever's operating them or... 0330 lucky shirt. Love, peace, hope and optimism. Transferring responsibility to others. Progress and creativity. Pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people that you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving. That's so freaky, because that's everything I was talking about. Being more assertive, opening up your throat chakra, and communicating like what's in your heart and on your mind, not just holding it. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals. 2-3, 2-3, endless cycles. Charisma, communication, you've had that twice. Society, movement, journey, repetitive circumstances and patterns. There's some truth you're resistant to accept. What the hell? That's what I was saying. Over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. Oh my god, that's actually sad because we had the Queen of Cups reversed, didn't we? It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. And we had the Ace of Wands reversed. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. I feel like this person was brought into your life to kick you up the ass. And like, you don't have to like it, but there might be an ounce of truth. Like, they're not a good person to like have a go at you for your insecurities, but you can send them packing. But then you can also like actuate some sort, if this is an insecurity of yours that they've picked on, you can do something to make it better. So then you can kind of release it and move away from it, and it becomes like, floating off, like it's not an issue for you anymore. It feels like there's something to be addressed, but it's for your betterment. It's not for them. They probably picked it to say because they just wanted to hurt you, They probably know, because they want to get back with you, they probably know that you're amazing in so many ways. Does that make sense? I'm going to get you a crystal and then I'm going to move on. This is my favourite bit. Turquoise, oh my god, that's the throat chakra. It's your third eye. It's your third eye chakra as well, look. And it's not azurite. Yeah, azurite, the heart chakra. That's everything that we've been talking about. Let's get a better picture of what they look like. And so it's azurite and turquoise. We'll read what they mean and how to use them. Azurite and turquoise. There's azurite. See, see how different that looks more like bluey green. That looks more like blue green purple. Oh god, where's azurite? I know, I've got azurite. What am I wanting? Can't speak. Turquoise, I want, don't I? Oh god. There it is. Oh, I keep thinking of two words. It's because I'm like panicking about time. I'm like saying two words at the same time. Azurite. It is meditative and dreamy. Azurite is a soft, powdery to prismatic, rich blue copper infused mineral. Who needs it? The materialistic, vain, and always craving. That's not a judgment. That's almost all of us, Leos especially. What have I been saying? Oh my God. Where to put it alongside the spiritual shovel you're using to dig your way out of that prison of worry, indecision, and desire you've constructed around yourself. When to use it, when material pleasures aren't giving you the buzz they used to, when it's time to take a break from snapping selfies and chasing shiny things. You can shake off shallowness. Start with your breath, then dive into the deep end with Azurite. Explore your hidden depths. So that is to like let go of being obsessed with status, things, stuff, assets, and sort of find a deeper meaning to life, you know. Someone who's materializing everything is running away from emotion, okay, and that's why they feel fine to do what they're doing and spiritually like cheat on you. They're cheating on themselves. Turquoise, absolutely love it. What is it? Brilliant blue-green turquoise has been rocked by humans longer than almost anything, since like 5000 BC. From Lhasa to Marrakesh to Tucson, turquoise was, and always will be, both go-to protector and fashion statement. Who needs it? Anyone whose voice has gone AWOL. Where to put it? Set it in sterling silver rings, a big old belt buckle, and bolo ties. On the podium, open mic night, and wherever else you need to speak up or speak out. When to use it? When you feel disconnected from the things that make you human, when you've got something to express, get it out with turquoise. Speak your truth. Okay, so I hope that resonates for some people. I hope you find your way away from this like overbearing person, and you get to give them what for a little bit. It sounds like they need it. I don't think they're good for you. Okay, you probably had a very important connection with this person, but it's just time to send them packing, I think. It was destined. You were supposed to meet this person, but it's for your empowerment, not for theirs. Does that make sense? It's going to be their loss. They'll think, because they're full of themselves, that, you know, they're better off without, or they're putting up with you, or some shit like that. But that's never the case. People like that don't understand like the significance of their role within your life. They're getting used like a pawn by spirit to sort of send messages to you, and you'll get the message Betty self, and they won't. They will be getting spiritual homework, okay? Like they're supposed to realise that they upset you. They're supposed to, you know, be less material, but they won't get the message. Because I can just tell from the way that they're behaving that it's falling on deaf ears. Everyone's got spiritual homework and like things to improve on. Every sign has that. Because we've all got our strengths and weaknesses depending on our placements. Okay, on to Sagittarius. Hi, Karen. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Sagittarius' highest good. How is Sagittarius feeling in this first week of June 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Sagittarius, please. Oh, okay. Shot through the heart. The challenge is heartbreak. Bloody hell. We've got the 2 of Pentacles, which is duality, trying to find balance. Okay, it's the juggler. The World card is the completion of a cycle, so is the 10 of Swords. That's the completion because the numbers run from 0 through to 10. That's the maximum amount of pain anyone can feel, and the Page of Wands is like, I'm totally unenthused about a new adventure because, you know, that's enthusiastic, open, carefree, high-spirited. That's the opposite of that. Okay, so that makes total sense. You're in a position of heartbreak and it's the end of a cycle, okay? The World card is a major arcana, and in the story of the major arcana, the Fool realizes that better days are coming, okay? So if you are a Sagittarius that is heartbroken, devastated, better days are coming, okay? This has been a tough cycle, but you will go into a new chapter, okay? You probably need to go through a period of shadow work, having your walls up, protecting yourself, soul searching, reflection. The King of Cups in the challenge position, okay? So all this water, like, if he's upright, then he's feeling balanced. He's feeling empathetic, generous of heart, generous, you know, with others. Doesn't take stress out on anyone. I think that's a bit difficult at the moment because of what you're going through. Another one for Sagittarius, please. The 10 of Wands reversed, dropping the burdens, okay? 10, again, it's the end of a cycle. But instead of walking ourselves all the way to the precipice, we're kind of stopping most of the way after doing all of this walking. We're going, screw that, I'm not doing this anymore. You know, and like, we're just turning it around, turning the tables. Queen of Wands, 7 of Swords, King of Wands, the rising sun. So this could be a story about what's been going on, if someone's been playing away within a marriage. Sagittarius, this is very Sagittarian energy, this Queen of Wands. Okay, this is lying, cheating, stealing energy, and it's upright. And we've got the King of Wands. So we've got a matching suit. So it could be you and your person. Okay, you thought that you had a huge future with this person and you found out that they were cheating. You could have found out that they were cheating. It doesn't have to be cheating. It could be lying, you know, having secrets. But I would suggest cheating if you're heartbroken. You know, that's like a romantic kind of cheating, isn't it? Like, you can be pissed off if someone spends money they shouldn't have. But to be heartbroken is normally because you realise they're in love with someone else or they've been sleeping with someone else. You can be heartbroken to feel like you don't know the person anymore, like you feel like you don't know who they are. Something's changed. But the rising sun is like the beginning of a period of happiness. You know, that's a shame, isn't it, for someone to be lying, cheating or stealing in what should be like a very long union, like till death do us part kind of union. I knew something had flipped out. The Eight of Wands, fast action, progress, communication. Coming from your person. The Nine of Wands reverse, dropping the burdens. They're not going to be the wounded warrior anymore. They're going to take action. Ten of Cups reverse, the Fool. I can't understand if they're taking a leap of faith when it comes to the family life that you have together and they want to start a new chapter since this indiscretion, or they're taking a leap away from it. I can't understand because the Ten of Cups is reversed. They look like a very selfish individual, to be honest. In the outcome, we've got the full moon, but it's reversed. So this is like Pisces energy. It's a card of major transformation, major changes. It's scary, you know. In the story of the major arcana, the Fool realizes that he must walk forwards anyway, even when lots of things are hidden in the dark, even when we don't know what's ahead. That's reversed. So it's like being overwhelmed by fear at this new cycle, this new start, this major change. Let's get two more. Queen of Swords reverse. That's a divorce card. This been coming out so many times for Sagittarius readings. See, upright, she's intelligent, she's intellectual, she's logical. Swords are facts, knowledge, communication. When it's reversed, a sword wielded in a way that's dangerous can do a lot of damage. It hurts people. So it could be communicating things in a very blunt way, delivering truths, home truths. It could be, you know, giving someone what for, being very aggressive with communication, or just blocking someone and just shutting them out completely, not communicating at all. It's an extreme, you know. Usually when you get the Queen of Swords reverse, it's like, I want a divorce kind of vibe. It's no nonsense, like, fuck off out of my life, like, forever. It's not up for discussion, like, I'll chop your, you know, your bits off if you come near me, like, that sword is, like, being sharpened, like, ready to go. High Priestess, like, following intuition, guidance from above. That person just looks like an idiot over there, like, I'm sorry, but why would they be in that Fool, like, frame of mind after they've been running around getting up to all sorts and it's caused all this imbalance, like. They're either going to try and put an elastoplast on this Or they're going to, you know, jump into a cycle with the other person. But there's a major change, major transformation, and I think you're absolutely devastated with that Three of Swords. What's the nature of this connection? If you weren't married, you were certainly in a very serious connection with each other, and there could be children involved. Open yourself to love. It is safe for you to let your heart be seen. Don't be scared. I wouldn't feel like that with this person. I wouldn't feel like that because, look, you know, look what's going on here. I didn't get that spirit. I didn't get why you've thrown that out. I want to know more about this person. Escape. Love is an emotional escape for you. Be sure you are getting involved for the right reasons. See, when there's trouble in paradise with this Ten of Cups reversed, when the family are arguing or not getting along, or it gets too much like pressurizing for this person, they start like fantasizing about going off and having a new adventure somewhere else. Teasing. Dangling partial truths needing answers, shifting. So they'll like basically lie to whoever, you know, they sort of start flirting with and dangle like, oh, well, you know, maybe we could be together one day. And it's all bollocks. Demanding, unrealistic expectations, high maintenance diva. They see other people as too demanding of them. Tangled web. Convoluted justifications, caught up, entranced, to get excited, to get exhilarated at the thought of like dancing with the devil. That's just pissed me off some more, to be honest. I've just remembered it's Sunday and there's loads of tarot to watch on a Sunday. Pace of pleasure, resist the rush, adopt a slower stride and savour each moment's essence. They're like chasing, you know, adventure, passion, excitement. If something feels good to them, they're going to do it. Unfortunately, when someone takes the step of cheating for the first time, it reignites something within them and that rarely goes away. Of course, that's not the same for every person. Sometimes, you know, they're overwhelmed with guilt. Sometimes it doesn't live up to what they thought it was going to, but should it live up to what they wanted it to? It would be very difficult for that person to then never do it again. Don't you agree? Let's get you some advice. I'm not going to ask them, you know, like for messages because I don't think they should have a voice at this point. Spirit, what advice have you got for Sagittarius? Self-transformation. Okay, you are a chrysalis becoming a butterfly. Okay, eat that cocoon. Eat that house. Embrace self-transformation as a journey of evolution and growth. Okay, this is your evolution. Be empowered by it. Be empowered by it. Chop people's bits and pieces off if they come near you. I know I shouldn't laugh, but it's just like, it's an unhappy person, isn't it, that runs around getting up to all sorts of other people, and you don't want to be, you're allowed to be upset that it's happened, but you don't want to be crying over someone that's not crying over you. They're crying because they got caught. Fuel. I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do things for myself. When I make sure I am taken care of, I can better show up for those in my life and for the work that I do. It's going to be a case of you come first, not the kids, not the parents, not brothers and sisters, not this person, not pets. No. You come first, okay? Because you have to take care of yourself in order to get back on track. To hell, okay? To hell with anyone that doesn't understand that. What do you buzz off? What do you get enjoyment out of? Have an eat, pray, love year, like, where you start planning in loads of things that you enjoy and pleasing yourself. Let it flow, let it grow, okay? Let it wash over you. If this action, if this change has to happen, just let it go around you and above you and under you like the tide, you know? Try and float and just don't fight it. Just go with it, let it happen. Don't take it all too seriously. Whatever you need to do to have a laugh, if you need to watch a comedian on YouTube, if you need to go and see comedy live, if you need to, you know, watch, I don't know, a silly series, or I don't know, sometimes I'll watch a tarot reader because he's really funny, like he's very slapstick. And when it all gets too serious, you just need to find like people that can lighten it all up for you. They're out there. There's absolute angels out there. Let's get you an angel number, and then I'll get you a crystal. Oh, lucky shirt. 0330. Love, peace, hope and optimism, transferring responsibility to others, progress and creativity. Pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people that you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals. So this Queen of Swords is a fantastic writer, a fantastic orator. She's got a way with words, okay? So when you're pissed off, you might be a lot less, you know, like no filter, you're going to be a lot less guarded in what you say. But generally, this is a very good communicator, very effective, very fair, very honest, and you can think on your feet, okay? So while you're in this Queen of Swords energy, you're going to be very attractive to a lot of people, and I don't just mean like in love, I just mean like in life, do you know what I mean? See like all the stuff on their side is like sex shop, tangled web. That they're moving too fast, they're not thinking about what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like it's go, go, go with the 8 of Wands, and like this person's so low vibrational, and you're just cutting the crap away. Do you know what I mean? And you're gonna like be like in this energy, the archer, adventurous, successful, goal orientated, chasing your dreams. You're just gonna be absolutely fine. They can run around and be toxic and get themselves tangled up and put everyone else last, you know, but that's they're gonna have to live with that karma. Ruby. Okay, the root chakra helps you to feel grounded, helps you to feel secure, safe, calm. helps you to deal with your sense of anger, sense of courage, vitality. Let's find it and read it for you. So we're looking for Ruby. Whoops. There we go. I have to look through all of them because the colour isn't necessarily, the colour of the card doesn't necessarily always match the colour of the crystal, so I gotta go through all of them. Okay, Ruby. Not as red as what I was expecting. I think my phone might be changing it slightly though. It's slightly pinker than what it shows on my phone. Ruby. Hot pink to cabernet red. Ruby is a precious gemstone that has bedazzled royalty for centuries. Ruby is a fearless guide and protector, pointing you in the direction of a rich, passionate life. Who needs it? Anyone with something worth fighting for, any Aries. Where to put it? In a ring on the hand you throw punches with in the boudoir. Where to put it? And I've just done that, haven't I? When to use it? When you want to show the world you're both beautiful and ferocious. When your sex life needs a heaping tablespoon of spice. When the doldrums have you down, reach for Ruby and some really red lipstick and come out swinging. Feed your fires. Oh my god, I love that. I love these crystals, you know. These are different decks, by the way, but how well do they go together? I'm not answering personal questions. I'm doing the signs. I'm going through each zodiac sign and doing collective readings. Okay, so we are finishing Sagittarius and we're going on to Capricorn. Oops. The goat. A lot of people ask questions, but I can't answer individual questions. I have to do the collective readings for each sign, and that's all I have time for because I'm a full-time teacher as well. Also, I don't make money from the channels or anything, so I'm working for free anyway, and then I'll be working for free even more hours if I just answer people's individual questions. When I get a certain number of watch hours, when I get 3,000 watch hours, I can start doing super chats. So if you support the channel, we can get to a point where I can answer questions in the lives. But it would be for like £10 a question or something like that. And that's probably going to be another 6 months away. to be honest, because I've only got 1,100 watch hours, but hopefully that'll grow exponentially the more subscribers I get. So like the channel, support the channel, make sure you watch your sun sign, your moon sign, signs that you cusp with. For example, I'm Taurus, but I'm early on in the Taurus season, so a lot of Aries readings resonate for me as well. And I always cross-watch. I watch the sign of my person as well. I think it resonates beyond belief, to be honest, even if you're not involved with them at the moment. It resonates, guys. Like, you don't need to be asking like individual questions. You need to follow the wider narrative of what's going on with your sign and your person's sign, because we're all on a really long-term journey, and you won't really learn a lot if you don't focus on that wider narrative that's going on with them. Okay, spirit guides, the universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Capricorn's highest good. How is Capricorn feeling in this first week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards, please, with Capricorn. How is Capricorn feeling, first of all? Okay, the challenge, the Ace of Wands, brand new beginning, and the 3 of Wands, taking action on it. The 9 of Wands, the 8 of Wands reversed, the Knight of Pentacles. See, this is all part of like the end of a cycle. The 9 of Wands is like a long struggle. The 8 of Wands is blocks, delays. The Knight of Pentacles is like, I wanted to invest, I wanted to offer investment, and it's just every time it's falling apart. The challenge is like taking action on a brand new start of a brand new cycle. Like, maybe you've lost like the sense that it's possible, or maybe you're clinging on to something that was a non-starter and so it's delaying a new chapter. Two more for Capricorn, please. The 3 of Cups. Now that's a card of community. It can be a card of celebration, or it can be a third party dynamic. Let's get one more. The first quarter moon. The 2 of Cups. The Ace of Swords reversed. The Knight of Swords reversed. There's someone new here, but we're foggy about it. Like, we haven't confessed how we're feeling. We're not telling them. I wonder if you've met someone new whilst you're already seeing someone, already committed. Because there was a potential for a brand new beginning. And then like the challenge was like, how do I act upon this? Because there's blocks and delays. Well, the block and delay could be like, I'm not actually free to pursue this new person, but I want to give them my pentacle. And this has been going on for a while. So it's kind of saying that if you're Capricorn, this could be your story, guys, that you're not actually free to ask someone out, but you feel like you've fallen in love with them, or you could fall in love with them. Because we've got the Two of Cups, and you know that they like you as well. And then this is like a secret. The Ace of Swords reversed is like, if it was upright, it would be the truth, clarity, a major revelation, a confession. That upright would be delivering an urgent message, and this is like, we're not doing it, we're not delivering the message. It's like you're stopping yourself, you're like pulling the reins on the horse to stop it, you know? They've got the Queen of Swords reversed and the Five of Swords upright. This is like a divorce card, like a spouse that's pissed beyond belief, like really, really mad, arguing verbally, going off on one. Or maybe it's the ex and you're actually separated, but they can't find out that you're dating someone new, that you're in love with someone new, because it'll set them off. Seven of Cups reversed. They're delusional. They think that, you know, that you're theirs. Very possessive person. They're fantasizing, but it's like crossed over into delusion, like unrealistic. Let's get one more for them. King of Swords. Bloody hell, they've gone from a like feminine into a masculine, like they're just going into like a very business-like vibe. Away from bitter and pissed off to like business-like, logical. I'd be a bit concerned because this person that's got a silver tongue, very good communicator, fantastic orator, speaker. You know, they can think on their feet and say all the right things. They're not reversed. I'd be worried if they were reversed because that's manipulative, calculating, but they're coming into a sort of like, it's still like a person of integrity when it's like this, but they're intellectualizing everything, which is interesting. Let's get three more for the outcome. Possessive. Actually, upright is possessive. The Four of Pentacles, he's holding on to money, time and energy. This is like expending it, like letting some of it go. Spending. Okay, spending a lot. A lot of like, an Ace of Pentacles upright is like getting a mortgage together or getting a promotion. It's like a serious upgrade, financial one. This is a downgrade. Okay, so that could be like, you know, you're trying to separate amicably, and that's why this person can't know that you've actually got a new beau, because they'll kick off and make it all difficult. Page of Swords reverse, like not wanting to look, not wanting to monitor, just like trying to fend off like this King of Swords. This person wants to get down to brass tacks and deal with reality, and I think you're like all distracted with a new love. That's a bit tricky. That's very tricky. they're in a dream world, okay? They're still like in their minds, they haven't moved on, they don't have a new person. So they're still going to be fixated on you. Prickly defences, barriers caused by past hurt block you. Be patient. So they could be quite prickly to deal with to start, and then they might calm down and go a bit more business-like in communication. A bit more professional, a bit more tactful, less sarcastic or like crazy. Ooh, you got a hater. They're a hater. Sexual protection. What the hell? It's like they're keeping tabs on you. And then sort of like just seeing other people as bodies. They're not really like emotionally available. That's what I get from that anyway. I didn't get a very like good vibe off their end. Beware of codependency. Addictive behaviours are affecting your romantic life. They could be stalking you. So I'd be a bit careful there. They could show up all like, you know, valiant and like honourable, but they could be like this behind closed doors, like spying. It's not, you know, people have done like things like this, like since time began, like trying to find out by talking to other people, like what you're up to, checking your social media, overly messaging, not getting the picture that, you know, you're over. It's none of their business what you're up to. I hate that when people like creeping all over you. Makes you feel like they're trying to control you. You can't get them off you. It's disgusting. That's scary. That's actually a bit scary now. You're going to need to keep your boundaries with this person and don't tell them. Don't, you know, let them just turn up or just need to know everything that's going on with you. Keep some, like, distance. Because that's a bit creepy. I'm not going to get you a time frame because I think you're already in love with someone new, to be honest, or you see yourself falling in love with someone. Let's get you some advice. Advice for Capricorn, please. Deep intuition. That's cool. It's kind of like a crown and the third eye, isn't it? You're going to have to follow your intuition. If you think this person's going to be trouble, don't tell them about the new person, okay? Keep it to you for a while. Don't even tell lots of people. Just let that settle and grow and see what it is. It's not up for anyone else to know all about it. It's none of their business. Reassembling ruins. From shattered pieces, gather strength to rebuild what was once broken. For some reason, they're setting themselves up for round 2 with you. That's just completely delusional, to be honest. Make sure you're very clear, you know, that you're not interested with this person, and just ignore messages that aren't essential. Like, if it's not about, you know, how to, when to pick up the kids or do anything that's like essential communication, they got no right to message you, so just don't reply. Total drama. They like the drama, they like going on about it, and they could be like abusing drugs or alcohol. They're unraveling, basically. Morning rituals. In the mornings, I will take time to tune into myself to set high vibrational rituals that will help me lead a good day. I pay attention to the morning habits that don't serve me and change them for ones that do. Okay, so none of this, oh God, what's going to happen today? But like, there's lots that I can be thankful for, and I don't know what the outcome of today is going to be. Okay, so just reframe it. Personal journey. I follow what feels right within me without needing validation from others. We are each on our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. So please yourself, okay? Don't worry about what other people think. Return to the body. When I'm caught up in a stressful moment, I can move my awareness to my body. Is my jaw clenched? My body tense? How is my posture? This helps me to see where I can relax and let go of tension. Now I can return to any situation more calm and present. Coming my way, unique opportunities aligned with my desires present themselves to me. I attract all that I need to make my dreams a reality. Confidence and courage. Face life's adventures and challenges bravely with confidence and with courage. Okay, so we're turning fear into an abundant mindset. Like, I am part of sacred geometry. That pattern has no beginning and no end. Energy flows all around it, and I am part of that pattern. Okay, so what I want is coming to me. Let's get you an angel number. Okay, 0404. Slow down. Balance, power struggle, force, violence, hope, authority, ancestors, restlessness, low vibrations, and warning. Pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. See, someone could be really getting to you and pushing and prodding at you, or resentment could be building up. Holding grudges is physically bad for your heart. Becoming stressed is bad for your body. You've got to create boundaries and put walls up, you know, create a protective space around yourself. There's only so much people are allowed to mess with you, and then, you know, they're stepping on your territory. So you got to stand up for yourself, but you got to find ways to relax and detach as well. okay, with hobbies, places, and, you know, having a private life. 1-8, 1-8, willpower, achievement, success, striving forward, prosperity, go-getters, courage and luck. Wow, significant events are on the cards for you. You will progress in your endeavours and gain new experiences. The right people and resources will be put on your path. An excellent proposal or change is coming up. You're destined for greatness. 0707, compromise, self-awareness, forgiveness, professionalism, empathy, tenacity and freedom. Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges. Express your emotions and aim towards a compromise. Where there's a lack of understanding, it's best to just move on. The truth will set you free. Okay, so sometimes it's not worth the arguments, it's not worth the stress or the drama. Just try to be an adult about stuff, okay, and like forgive the other person for having their quirks or ways that they are. Take action. 1011. Hope, new beginning, fresh start, lifestyle, purpose, and spiritual awakening. This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. Okay, so you are being called to keep going with your goals, and then also manage your health. Your physical and your mental health are interconnected. Okay, a lot of people, they manifest within their muscles, within their heart, within their brain, you know, every part of your body, your skin, your hair, your teeth, every part of you is manifesting tension. So there's two very important jobs. There's one to find ways to let go, to relax, to let massive changes just move around you like the waves do. Let that water go under you, over you, around you. Don't try to fight it. Okay. And then the other thing is that you're going up in the world, you're going places, you're the goat. Okay. So you've got good stuff ahead and you don't need to worry about all this past stuff. Let me get you a crystal. What time is it? 20 past 11. I need to hurry up, man. Celestite, third eye. Why am I shuffling them? I'm meant to be looking through them. Concentrate. Celestite. I've done that a couple of times now. It's not in there. There it is. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. What is it? Blue-grey celestite is a delicate sulfate mineral with airy, buoyant blue cotton candy vibes. It gets its name from the Latin word for heaven, and if you close your eyes and ask nicely, maybe it will take you there. Who needs it? Anyone brazenly ignoring the consistent inner voice that actually has some good ideas for how you might better handle this whole life thing. Where to put it as a calming adornment wherever you meditate or pray. When to use it, when it's time to stop and really listen. With Celestite as a guide, you might be surprised what you hear. Tune into your serenity. Right, Spirit wants you to really take care of your like mental health and your physical body, okay? Very, very important message there. Okay, take care of yourself, Capricorn. I hope this resonates. Please give me a like if you enjoyed the reading. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, we're going to be going on to Aquarius next. Better plug my phone in actually to charge it. What's my battery like? 13%. Oh god. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aquarius' highest good. How is Aquarius feeling in this first week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards please for how Aquarius is feeling. The Knight of Wands reverse, so that can be, because the Knight of Wands when it's upright is very sexual, adventurous, excited, spontaneous, doing things in the moment because it makes us excited. Okay. When it's reversed, it could be accentuated in either direction. So over the top, you know, kind of reckless, promiscuous, or it could be like a loss of libido or anger, you know, which can cause a loss of libido. So I'm not sure. Let's get some other cards to clarify. We'll know from the cards that come out next. 2 more for Aquarius, please. New moon reversed. Okay, so the new moon, when it's upright, is it's about a new chapter. You know, you see the shooting star, it's like being happy for a new beginning. That's reversed, so you could be worried about the future. You could be experiencing a loss of libido at the moment if you're worried about the future. In the challenge, we've got the 10 of Cups, so that is like, you could be really worried about your family life at the moment, if there's arguments or disunion, disharmony, or any kind of struggle or strife going on with family, with children, with a partner, parents, the whole picture. It's looking more like that, okay? Right, the one that's on your mind or that you're dealing with has got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Now, the Wheel of Fortune upright is someone who is coming into a period of good luck, okay? A fortuitous period. Because the universe has decided, you know, but when it's reversed, you see like we've got snakes and the wheel is reversed, okay, because this person's trapped in a cycle. It's bad habits or, you know, knowing what the right thing is to do now and not doing it. Sorry, not doing it. So it's like a karmic cycle. They're not doing what they're supposed to be, basically. Like if it's healthy to detach or move on, they're not doing it. Okay, a lot of cards have come out. That was kind of sideways. That's the 2 of Wands. So it's being at a fork in the road and needing to choose which way to go, left or right. We've got the Ace of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Midday Sun reversed. Dreaming about love, dreaming about loyalty, having a beautiful, lasting generational wealth with a partner. They're not experiencing it, okay? They would love to be right in the middle of this kind of a scenario where 2 people put their salaries together and there's money for their children, for their children's children. There's total love and unity. They don't have that. They're at a fork in the road and they're holding themselves back from having, you know, something better because they keep picking the wrong option. I think that's what I'm getting intuitively. But why? I don't know if this is the person that you're married to or someone that's on your mind that's outside of your marriage, but I would say that you're in a family dynamic at present, but you're showing up as a Knight of Wands. So you're thinking about someone that you're not living with, I think. Because they're not showing up as a king or queen, you're showing up as a Knight of Wands. But we've got this like family in the picture, and then we've got someone that would like the 10 of Pentacles in the picture. It's like someone stood outside your house looking at the house like, I wish I was in that house. That sounds creepy. That sounds really creepy. Oh my god. The Three of Swords reversed, the Tower, the Seven of Pentacles reversed. They're trapped in like an endless cycle of reflection. Because that way they haven't got to let go of the idea that you could still be together. I think this is like a jilted third party, like, you know, you don't have to deal with the heartbreak if you don't accept the Tower. Does that make sense? They're pushing the Tower back up, trying to hold it together. And you're worried about, you know, finding stability within your home with your spouse and your kids, I think. I mean, if it's a different narrative and this is your spouse, they don't want the Tower. Whoever this is showing up in your reading doesn't want the Tower. They're avoiding a Tower falling. They're avoiding, you know, being heartbroken. In the outcome, we've got the Two of Cups as the challenge. That's two people at the beginning of a new chapter. It's early on. It's not an established relationship. It's when you first fall in love. That's the challenge. Ten of Wands reverse, dropping the burdens in a long cycle of challenges in the outcome. It's like hurdles, obstacles, blocks, things that are getting in the way. We're dropping them burdens now. Not doing it anymore. The Devil, major arcana for Capricorn. It's upright. So there's an attachment, a codependency between two people, or from one person onto another. If this was about you and your spouse, I'd expect that to be like the Eight of Cups or the Six of Cups. I would not expect it to be the Two of Cups, and I wouldn't expect you to show up as a Knight. That's why I feel like this is actually the person on your mind is someone you're thinking about that you've not had a relationship with, but you're in love with them and they're in love with you. And I think they wanted a future, and I think they're stuck in this cycle of just like living it out in the 5D, but it's not a reality, it's not happening. Does that make sense? They're having to just pretend in their head that that's what's going to happen. Because you're kind of more focused on conserving like a happy, harmonious family life. I think you were the Knight of Wands upright and you're now the Knight of Wands reverse, so you're not thinking like with your down belows anymore. I'm just gluing my nail back on. It pinged off ages ago. Right, let's dig. Why is this person trying to avoid the Tower? Why are they trapped in a karmic cycle? What's going on with them, hey? They're very reflective with the Seven of Pentacles. They're looking back at the past, so you've obviously dallied with each other. Oh my God, look. Vicious circle. devilish public image. They don't let other people know what's going on in their head. What's going on in their head is seduction, you know, this desire to like have sexy times. They're trapped in a circle of like, they just fantasize about it, but no one knows. They come across like really like they're not thinking about that at all. It's all under wraps. They're fantasizing about sexy times with you because that's what they used to get. But they wanted it to become like, you know, a long-term situation, like together, exclusive, loyal, making it a future together forever. That's what they want, but they never expressed that. Let intuition guide your steps, illuminating the life path meant for you. Okay, so they may not be following the right life path because they're blocking their own intuition and they're going towards what, you know, what they enjoy rather than what they're supposed to be kind of learning from and growing from. It's a bugaboo. A bugaboo, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's like, is that like a hobo? I think it's like someone that's like, they're not set up yet. They don't have like a house, they don't have assets. They're like, it doesn't mean they're not going to, but they're like a free agent. They kind of like fly by the seat of their pants kind of thing. If they wanted to go and live abroad, they could do it. You know, they wouldn't have to like worry about the house, or they can be like somewhat of a free spirit. Healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. Okay, yeah, so they're trying to heal, they're trying to get themselves out of this. They could be doing very practical steps to get out of this, but in the 5D, they're completely married to you. What's the nature of this connection? I mean, you're thinking about them because they're showing up in your reading. I'm not going to say anything else. That's two people that are nearly falling in love. You could have started seeing someone and left them thinking, I need to focus on my family. I need to hold together what I already have. And you've parted company while you're in love with each other. You may not have known, you each may not have known, but you actually each hold a cup for one another. The feelings are mutual. That's why it's very difficult for, you know, people to move on when you part company, when you're actually in love. Let's get messages from them. Oh my god, so they're quite angry, you know. They're not telling you, they're not talking to you, they could have blocked you. Oh, that's the same thing twice. They're not talking to you because they're pissed off, they're hurt. They know what you're doing. They know that you're focused on staying where you're at. Sorry, advice for Aquarius, please. My voice went then. It's all for a reason. Food. What I eat fuels me. I eat the best foods accessible to me. I infuse my food with love and gratitude before eating it. Visualizing the nutrients that I'm consuming and the love that went into growing and preparing the food. So you're being asked to be mindful and be someone that makes good choices for their body. Okay, it's very wholesome. Living in the moment, that's the same as mindfulness, isn't it? Live in the present to savor each moment's beauty. You can't control what other people do or how other people react or what the bigger picture is. But what you can do is help your mind and help your body by making good choices for your body. You know, eating foods that nourish you, staying away from, you know, binging on whatever to distract yourself, and soaking in the sun, feeling the breeze on your skin, because one day you'll be old, you'll be in a bed, you won't be able to move and go outside. You know, try to just appreciate every little blessing sent your way, the sound of the sea, you know, the fact that if you want to, you can go to the beach, take off your shoes and paddle in the water. Like, you have freedom. You've become mentally trapped, okay? And so is this person. I think it's advice for both of you, to be honest. Let's get you an angel number. 777, good luck. Okay. Contentment, prosperity, abundance, spiritual awakening, divine intervention. This message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty. You'll come out winning from everything that may come your way. It's also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share. Yet you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get this message to others. 3333, social skills, hope, optimism, liberation, success, prosperity, excitement, enthusiasm. The problems you have today will eventually disappear. Your guardian angels encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life, since your luck may be about to change. It is time to put to use your captivating energy and inspirational personality. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Okay, so sometimes we can get really far away from ourselves because we're all up in our head, or we judge ourselves, or, you know, we doubt ourselves. But you've got a lot of strengths within, you know, air signs are fantastic orators. You got the gift of the gab. You're able to intellectualize things and then articulate them in a way that it can get through to a lot of people. So you're very inspirational, okay, and that's a shame to hide that away. 0110, belief system. Go after what you want. Unique destiny, inspiration, talents, gifts, appreciation, and gratitude. You're blessed with talents and skills that make it easy for you to stand out from the crowd. Embrace what makes you different, That's your path to success. Your dreams will soon come true. Ooh. You've got like a very important task while you're walking this earth, and you may have lost your way a little bit, but you've got so much to offer. Like, don't let anybody make you feel like you haven't got profound reasons to be here. Let's get you a crystal. Ruby. This is for the root chakra. I already know what this says because I read it for. I was going to shuffle them then, did you notice? I keep doing that. I know what this is going to say, but let's pull it out and read it so I don't get it twisted. I like the way they word it on these cards. It's quite informal. Oops, sorry. I have to look each one because it doesn't necessarily mean the card is going to be the colour of the crystal. For this one it does, but some of them it's not. Okay, so ruby. What it is, hot pink to cabernet red, ruby is a precious gemstone that has bedazzled royalty for centuries. Ruby is a fearless guide and protector, pointing you in the right direction of a rich, passionate life. Who needs it? Anyone with something worth fighting for, or any Aries. Who need, oh, I've done that. Where to put it? In a ring on the hand you throw punches with. And in the boudoir. When to use it? When you want to show the world you're both beautiful and ferocious. When your sex life needs a heaping tablespoon of spice. When the doldrums have you down, reach for ruby and some really red lipstick and come out swinging. Feed your fires. I love that. Alright, don't forget to give this reading a like if you enjoyed it. Share the channel on all platforms. Support the channel. You're welcome to stick around for the Pisces reading or go and watch the sign of your person, watch your moon sign or signs that you cusp with, or go to bed. It's pretty late now. What time is it? Oh my god, 10 minutes to midnight. I need to hurry up. Thank you, Aquarius, and we're on to Pisces next. I think this Pisces card is my favourite, you know. Really like it. Right, 3 shuffles and we'll get on with it. I'm going to change my setup after this reading. I'm not quite sure. I haven't got a vision yet in my head of what I want. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Pisces' highest good. How is Pisces feeling in this first week of June 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Pisces, please. Temperance, major for Sagittarius, the World card reversed, and the 6 of Swords reversed. So we're stuck in the last chapter, because if those cards were the other way around, it would mean that we're traveling away from the past and we're going towards the future, the completion of a cycle. And, you know, that would be a very emotional thing, right? But when you don't face your emotions and you stay in the past, that's like what a lot of people do because it's more comfortable. So you might know what you need to do, but you're not necessarily doing it, or you're slipping. If you're supposed to be moving on from something and letting go, you're slipping a little bit, okay? Okay, starting to come out from the cold. Before we were feeling like a pauper, you know, in the blizzards, needing shelter, needing refuge. We're coming out of that, okay? So you are starting to move forwards. Ten of Swords. Yeah, so the end of the cycle, okay? If the Ten of Swords is upright, we're in extreme pain. That's the most swords anyone can feel. Ten's the maximum. When it's reversed, it's like we're dropping that, you know, we're coming out of that painful cycle. So you're making it out. It's been a tough one, what you've been through. Right, this is for your person, the one that's on your mind, the one that you're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in. Well, I'd say someone's definitely on your mind, okay? So I think this is someone that's on your mind. We've got the Star card, which is the major for Aquarius. Full moon is for Pisces. If that was upright, I'd say they're healing, okay? And the full moon card is like a new cycle, but because that's reversed, I think they're in pain as well. I think they're really afraid about the future, actually. They're worried about what's ahead. You know, fear of the unknown, isn't it? And being sad about, you know, what we've lost. It's easier to reflect because you know what that is. When the future is just a blank, like, it's quite lonely, isn't it? If you had like a crystal ball and you could know that you're going to be dead happy again with someone new, people wouldn't get so down. But maybe it's important to reflect on the significance of the connection that we've just lost. My entire life I've wanted a crystal ball to just know what's coming next, so then I could calm down, stop worrying or stop being upset over the past. But you're not allowed. You're not allowed to see ahead. You know who can see ahead? Loved ones that have passed on. And your spirit team, they know what's ahead. They can see it. We can't, but they can. 6 of Cups upright. Okay, so that's a soulmate connection. Six of Cups is a nostalgic card. It's when you feel like so much love for a person that it's like on the same level as a family member. Okay, you hold them very precious to your heart. Like it's how you feel when you've been with someone for years and you live together and you're very in love and you're a team. Six is an even number, you know, but it's about each cup is accumulated over the years or whatever, like, you know, significant, like 3 years plus relationship, living together. Like it's a very, very lovely, and that's upright. So they're sort of like having a sense that this is a very positive connection. New moon. Okay, so it's a time of significant transformation. They look back at the past with a happy heart, like good times remembered. They don't look down on you in any way. However, it looks like they're moving into a new cycle and they're conscious that that's what's happening. But you remain a soulmate of this person's. In the outcome, we've got a combination of the Nine of Cups and the Two of Swords. The Nine of Cups is being contented within oneself. You know, if it was the Ten of Cups, that would be about everyone in the family being happy, but this is about an individual person being happy and contented. The Two of Swords is blindfolding yourself. It's closed body language. It's, I don't want to deal with this. So this could be like, you know, when you protect yourself and your sanity by just not thinking about what's happened. When you bury your head in the sand to just cope. It's like a coping mechanism. We've got the first quarter moon reverse, the Knight of Wands, and the Three of Cups. That's really strange to me because you look like two separate entities, but then in this one it's like a sense of being promiscuous, involving a new person into the equation. Oh God, I hate that. You know, when someone gets back with you and you think you're back together and then they're like, but we're just friends, aren't we? And they've like slept with you. Oh my God. That happened to me a few times in my 20s and I really don't think that the other person understood like the gravity of what they were doing. It was just so fucking hurtful. Like, I hope this person does not do that to you. The Knight of Wands is like, it's just sexual. It's like, this makes me feel good in a sexual way. I've got the Three of Cups, which is like, you know, three's a crowd, like it should be Two of Cups. You or them is going to be introducing someone new into the equation, and then you two are going to sleep with each other, and I think you're going to find out, or they're going to find out, like, it's going to get messy. It's going to get messy. You know, when there's like a crossover between like a new person coming in and two people who are exes sleeping together. Ugh. I've never had that come out before, but for some reason that's what I'm getting. Because I don't understand that otherwise. Like, that's what it says is like, they were together, weren't they? Were they together? Let's get one more. Knight of Cups. Might be an apology, but it's like, fucking, people don't understand. I'm sorry, but anyone who does that and sleeps with an ex and then like knows that it's just because they think the sex will be really good because there's all this emotion involved. You should never ever do that to someone when you're like starting to get over them and go back and like, oh, really don't like that. I was saying that as the I was thinking about the Page of Cups as an apology, but the Knight of Cups is like Romeo vibes, like romance. I just think like this person's like a merry-go-round, like they don't understand what they're doing. That's a very like self-preservation kind of energy, and that's very sexual and like non-exclusive energy, like, and that's like romancing people. It's not, that's not investment. And look, they're like looking back. I think they're tempted to come back because they're not healed. They want to feel that sense of love again. And then they come back like all Romeo and Juliet vibes. But they've been like sleeping with you and sleeping with someone else at the same time. That's what it seems like. I don't like that at all. Like, look at all the pain that you're in and feeling outside in the cold, and you started to heal. After being stuck on them, you started to heal, and it's like they're back again. I just don't like it. I'm not here for that. Be honest. Heart-to-heart conversations are necessary. It's safe for you to talk about your feelings. You have to tell this person. Look, gratitude and open yourself to others. You need to be grateful for the love already present in your life to attract more of it. So rely upon friends and family. You don't need this person. If this is your story and it sounds like what's happening, open yourself to others. This is how you will create new friendships and attract a love relationship. Okay, so we don't need someone that's using kudos that they got when they were a good partner to you. They don't get to use those partner points to come back for sex or to feel in love once they start to feel lonely. They're not allowed to do that, and some people will do that knowing that it's wrong. They'll use partner points, you know, and they're now an ex and they're trying to use partner points that they built up when they were being a good partner. Why have they got the star card reversed? Oh my god, sneaky snake. Going behind your back, deceitful swindler. Ick. Don't trust this person. My first love did this to me. And he just like associated me with like, because I was his first love, he was just like, but we'll always be each other's. And I'm like, no, you don't get to like be like that with me. You don't own someone. Like, once it's over, once you've broken up with them, you've got no right to be sexual with them. You've got no right to pursue them. you know, to make yourself feel like you're a sexual being or you're some sort of like Don or something. You're not. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, mate. Veiled paths face the mystery of uncharted passages with the courage to explore unknowns. Everything, right, is telling you that this person started to walk down. They were at a fork in the road. They started to walk down the path that you weren't at the end of. Okay, and now they're trying to like circle back around, but it's not because they've realized anything. It's just because they're like, you know, maybe they walked down the other path and it was all right, but it wasn't what they thought it was going to be. And so they're like, oh, I'll just circle back again. And it's like, no, thank you. You've broken my heart. It's in pieces. And now you're going to have to just like walk the lonely walk, aren't you? This person that thought they were a Don, they weren't. And like, they didn't get with anyone after me for years. They thought they were going to be some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of like gigolo or something. And the irony is everyone was after me. Oh dear. People live and they learn, don't they? They live and they learn. I wasn't laughing like that at the time. I was hurt and pissed off for years because I was really in love with him. Bastard. 20 years on. I'm not forgotten. We don't have anything to do. Oh, this person's a hater. They don't want to see you happy with someone new. That's why they're coming to mess with your mind, mess with your heart. They're you know, when people are the ones that do the breaking up and then they kind of like spiral because they realize slowly that like you're probably the best thing about them. I'm not mad about that, to be honest. They go out partying and the friends are like, oh, I'll help you to get over her. Idiot. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia. No, not even reading the rest of that. Whatever, mate. It's washing over them what they've done. Oh my god, I love that. Self-empowerment. Empower yourself to ignite inner confidence and achieve your goals. Fuck them, whoever that is. We don't need it. Everything is so clear now. They're crying into their Ovaltine, like thinking about how amazing you were, what a great partner you were, what a great soulmate connection you had. Get focused. To attract what I want, first I get clear on what it is that I desire. I envision it for a minute or more every day. Feeling how I would feel. Feeling how it would feel to have this in my life. What I would do, how I'd react, and who I'd tell. I picture it all. Through my continual alignment with my desires, they begin to flow into my physical reality in divine timing. Love that. 0707, compromise. Oh my God, that's weird, isn't it? Self-awareness, forgiveness, professionalism, empathy, tenacity, and freedom. So in all aspects of your life, whether that's home, work, friends, family, temper yourself, okay? Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges. Express your emotions and aim towards a compromise. Where there's a lack of understanding, it's best just to move on. The truth will set you free. Well, they've definitely started to realise some stuff, haven't they? But you haven't got to compromise with them if they've only just got onto the fact that you were the best thing that ever happened to them. I don't think it's saying that. I think it's saying, like, you're likely to feel angry, you're likely to feel upset with that temperance reverse, but you don't want that to spill out into, you know, when you're at work or when you're with your family, when you're with your friends, you can be like bad-tempered if you're very upset or, like, you know, snap at people. I think it's just saying, like, you make sure you manage that. Support 333. Growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, and talents. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community as well. Okay, let's get you a crystal. And then we are wrapping this baby up. A crystal for Pisces, please. Malachite for your third eye. Merciful. I don't know if I've got malachite in here. Let's have a look. Oh, dear me. The thing I really least look forward to in my daily routine is washing my makeup off. It takes ages. Well, it feels like it does, because I'm tired when I'm doing it, I guess. I've got it. I've never pulled this one before. Quite interested what this has got to say. Oh my God, pretty. With its trademark acid trip swirls, money green malachite is an electrifying mesmerizer with a high copper content. Always good for moving energy and making things happen. Who needs it? The overflowing in creativity but lacking in follow through. The all business all the time set. So if you feel like you got a bit too serious and logical and you need to get out of your head and start just going with the flow and getting all creative, go for some malachite. Where to put it? If you're trading cryptocurrency, writing television, pilots, or starting up the next tech giant, try some malachite in your workspace. Okay, so it would be good for people. Don't really know this, but creativity helps a lot with problem solving because you need to see different ways around stuff, different perspectives, different routes of thought, different trains of thought. So if you need to be an innovator or problem solver, this is going to help you, okay? And the more creative hobbies you have or projects you do, the better you'll get at problem solving. You'll build like different schema in your brain and stuff like that. When to use it, when the concrete jungle has you disconnected from the earth beneath it, when you've just got to have the money, the power, and all the glory, come at it with a heart forward, sustainable energy, courtesy of Malachite. Claim your success. I like it. Yeah, there's a lot about you can be really useful to the earth and your community. Something that you've got to offer is going to benefit others. You've got a lot to offer, Pisces. And when you look at what's going on in this person's side of the reading, I think I would just move away from it, to be honest. Okay, take care. I hope this resonates for some people. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, follow, give me a repost. That would be really appreciated. I'll send you some good karma. No, thank you for supporting the channel. It's much appreciated. I never dreamt that I would have this many subscribers on YouTube or this many followers on TikTok. It all starts off from 0 and it's nail biting, thinking that no one's going to like what you're saying or how you're doing things. It's really nice when you get confirmation and people say, you know, that resonates for me, or like, I really like your setup. I like your style of reading. Anything encouraging. I know I don't allow comments on YouTube. It's just because when I first started out, a couple of trolls were like, you know, you didn't get a lot of comments though when someone says something really unkind. It's not nice. It doesn't make you really want to open up your comments. So, you know, and if I'd kept like listening to what people like that were saying, I wouldn't have continued the channel. Well, thankfully, my friend had told me to do TikTok as well, and the comments were really positive for the same videos on TikTok. So then it was able to like, I was able to like rationalize it and just be like, that person's a troll. Like, it's not that what I'm doing is not good enough. They were really nasty. They were like, it's clear that you don't know how to read cards and shit like that. And I was like, what the fuck? You wouldn't believe like the things that people say when you're giving them free readings. Anyway, if you ever start a channel, make sure you do more than one channel, because like do it on more than one platform, because that's really helped me. Because if you think, oh, that video wasn't good, but loads of people watched it on a different platform and liked it, like that helps. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's not personal. Sometimes it just captures more on like one platform or another, or yeah. So I don't really open the comments on YouTube, but I open them on TikTok because they just tend to be. I've had the odd one on TikTok, but I don't know. I find YouTube people are a bit more bossy and like scathing unnecessarily, like, you know, without it's not really like necessary to have that much of an opinion when you're just watching tarot. If you're a tarot reader, maybe I'll listen to what you've got to say, but people, I see what people write on other people's channels and I don't want that energy on my channel. I think it's really rude. Anyway. Right, I'm gonna go to bed now. Take care and I'll see you in the next one.